Nerds rise.
If you didn't notice already what we're going to talk about next, then shame on you.
Although,
alright, prepare everybody. We're going to lower our voices.
I'll be surprised if you can actually understand what it is that I have to talk about now.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
I don't think that's possible for me.
Damn, it's...
Yeah.
For some reason, my biggest gripe about the Christian Bale Batman voice is not how ridiculously gravelly and grumbly it is. It's the unnecessary pauses he keeps taking.
Well, there's that, and just the fact that it in of itself is unnecessary.
Yes.
What happened to Batman being a bit suave?
I don't know, but now he kind of sounds like Stevie from Malcolm in the Middle.
Or that he's just a big chain smoker.
That could be it too.
My name's Big Bill, really.
Yeah, I can understand wanting to hide your voice, Batman, but really, each movie got more and more incomprehensible.
Why do I think just for the role, Christian Bale just like smoked a pack?
No. You do know the first appearance of the Batman voice, don't you?
No. I don't remember.
For shame, Mark.
I don't remember.
Howl's Moving Castle.
Oh, really?
The English dub, Christian Bale plays Howl.
I know. Well, I've only watched the Japanese version.
Watch the English version. Christian Bale plays Howl. It's 2004. So the same year
I have the
Batman
collection.
came out.
I should really listen to that.
When he turns into that crow beast thing,
yeah,
that's when he uses the Batman voice.
I gotta take the look at this later on. I have the collection too, so.
Granted, I rewatched Batman Begins and The Dark Knight 24 hours before I saw Rises because I was going to see it with my girlfriend and some other friends, and she hadn't seen anything in the franchise. So
you marathoned it, essentially.
Yes. So in Batman Begins, the voice isn't ridiculous. It's actually relatively well contained.
Yeah.
It gets over the top in The Dark Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Where
essentially. Where is she?
That too, yes.
Oh god. So the only thing I have a problem with this Batman franchise actually is the voice.
One thing I couldn't really understand is how they keep bringing Crane back.
To be honest, the reason why he was in this one is because the Joker's dead.
Yeah, and...
Well, not the Joker, but Heath Ledger is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, funny. It's interesting. I guess the fact that he didn't release Arkham, but if he had, then they wouldn't have been able to fully work with that. Anyways, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
No, but that's the thing though. The role that Crane had in this movie, where he was like the judge and everything,
that
was the Joker. That was supposed to be the Joker. That was supposed to be an homage to the animated series episode where the Joker is the judge at Batman's trial.
Yes.
That was the whole point of that. That was what's supposed to have happened. But you can't bring back the dead.
No. Unfortunately.
Yeah. So,
I'm guessing that was the plan throughout the whole thing, was just to bring back Joker, but then after he passed, it was just...
Yeah.
They couldn't do it.
Because the Joker and Batman are supposed to be in this endless tango.
Of course.
Whenever there's Batman, there has to be a Joker.
I'm pretty sure it was going to be like the brains behind Bane. And then, you know what happened.
It would make sense, yeah.
Then they put in the lame twist, really.
Yeah. Before we get too into it, if you haven't seen the movie, spoiler alert, here.
It's been almost a month now.
Oh, well, spoiler alert, warning.
Yeah, still, it's been almost a month now. No more alert.
Yeah. So, based on what I saw with this, it's definitely a culmination of the Gotham events rather than a full-on Batman movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I liked that.
It kind of reminded me of the anime version of it, like the Chronicles of the whole Batman thing.
Kinda. Like it had the dark feel of the series, but This was more or less of a Gotham movie, not a Batman movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or an ensemble piece.
Unlike that piece, Batman did not go to India.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Though I will say, like, what they used with the rest of the movie that wasn't Batman himself, the development that went on there, I was really impressed with.
Yeah, they did a good job. When Christian Bale wasn't on screen, everything that was going on in Gotham, everything, it felt right. It went well.
Mm-hmm. Anne Hathaway as Catwoman, I was pretty impressed with her
She
performance.
did a good job, yeah. Like,
I didn't have any qualms about it.
yeah, I had no major problems. Like, maybe just the fact that
She's old.
no, not that. Just no, it just I don't know. It felt like the way that she acted and everything really didn't feel like she ever lived a hard day in her life. She talked about it, yes, but never really showed it. Like,
Perhaps.
she never showed that she lived this hard life. She was always so like flippant about everything that was going on, really.
Yeah, but I can see that being a jaded person that comes into wealth because you fucking take it.
Yeah, but you'd still think that they could have shown off just somehow that she wasn't always wealthy. Just how she got all these skills to be such a great cat burglar and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for that with her like backstory, that would have been something nice to develop a little more. Interestingly enough, I found it very strange that almost all of Michael Caine's appearance in the movie, when as Alfred, he's being very, very emotional and leaving.
Yeah.
Like, for like several times in the movie, he breaks down and cries.
Maybe he knows it's because it's the end.
Yeah, he did a good job, but
Alfred probably was a psychic at that point and just like, it's gonna all end.
he did a good job. But honestly, that was against character establishing thing.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what happens in the comics, no matter what Bruce Wayne does, what Batman does, Alfred is always by his side.
Mm-hmm. And he's also pretty optimistic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it like interestingly enough, he wasn't very present in the movie, and I found his performance didn't shine nearly as much as it did in The Dark Knight.
No, in The Dark Knight, he did a really good job, and he threw in comedy every now and then.
Yeah.
Well, it's Michael Caine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He was charming.
I don't think you're gonna have like. This is Michael Caine you're talking about. I keep thinking back to the old Alfie when I think Michael Caine.
Yeah. No, he did good, but it wasn't Alfred.
Mm-hmm. Even Fox, like, I didn't find Morgan Freeman's performance nearly that
Great either.
taking.
Yeah, not that taking, and almost not as necessary, really.
Yeah, he didn't really actually.
He was more or less for exposition.
Mm-hmm.
Just explaining what the hell's going on to Batman for stuff that we, as the audience, already knew.
Yeah.
It's like almost like a recap of like events prior,
Mm-hmm.
basically, with those characters. It's just they're recapping it for people who haven't seen the movie.
Kinda, yeah.
To a degree. Back to Anne Hathaway when she's in the leather outfit straddling the back cycle.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was nice.
It was good times.
Bane.
Bane?
Bane's performance, I liked.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bane's delivery, I had problems with.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much.
Because Bane's voice in this movie sounded to me like if Sean Connery was trying to do a Kermit the Frog impression,
now see,
one I could actually understand.
When I think of Bane, I think somewhat of a South American kind of voice.
Yeah, he's supposed to be.
Yeah, see, that's what I think of Bane.
Bane's supposed to be.
This is not
South America.
To me, this is not
a luchador.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the whole
mask thing comes.
Yeah, that's where the motif is from.
Also, well, again, it's just my preferences. He's supposed to be this big hulking guy that.
Yeah, whereas this one's some guy in a winter coat the whole time. Which
yeah, but
to me is
in
less
the comics,
threatening.
Bane, while he's a big hulking guy, is ridiculously intelligent.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
You gotta remember that. And that shone through here. That showed it. He had this vicious kind of intelligence about him.
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
That was there, but they didn't take it as far as they could have.
Yeah.
Especially with the twist that ruined it.
Well, I didn't find it ruined it. I found that it was kind of flimsy at the end.
It ruined it because it essentially brought back Bane to what he was in Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
A lackey for a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler, a woman is the main villain of all this in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler.
You
know
find it out at the end,
I got
but
a siren here.
it's not the first time
I'll play it
you've
next
seen
time we
her.
do a
That's the
spoiler.
thing.
Yeah, it's not the first time you've seen her, and anyone that's a fan of Batman automatically figures it out while he's in when he's in the prison. But yeah,
Okay, next time we do spoiler alert.
yeah, because once they mentioned that the kid that got out was the child of Ra's al Ghul, then you think, oh well, the only child of Ra's al Ghul that anyone knows about is Talia
Yeah. But wait.
I didn't know Talia.
in the comics. I mean, if you're a fan, as I preface that, if you're a fan of comics, you automatically knew
Okay.
who that was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Automatically, she.
Wait, wasn't she also like one of the Catwomen?
No.
No.
She's the mother of Bruce Wayne's son,
Yeah, but I thought
who
she
is the current Robin.
Okay, because I thought she was also like a Catwoman before
No,
in the comics. No.
He got it on with his teacher's daughter. Good lord.
in the comics, he was Ra's al Ghul wasn't his teacher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Then he was just an evil dick.
pretty much. Yeah, an evil dick that wants Bruce Wayne to become the heir of his empire.
Which is kind of funny in a way.
Talk about fraternizing.
Yeah.
He's my enemy, but he will become my pawn eventually.
Yeah, well, that's the reason why they're enemies, because Bruce Wayne constantly says, yeah, no, fuck that.
Please, no. Please, no.
Fine, I gotta blow up Gotham then.
I shall present you my daughter. No.
Except yes, because
No. Deep down, yes.
Bruce goes, ooh. Batman goes, no. The whole play out of how Gotham gets totally taken over, it seems almost too simple, I think.
Oh, how so?
Like, I understand that they infiltrate from all these different ways, but they have total control overnight.
Well, that's what happens when you trap every single cop in the sewers.
Yeah, I suppose.
Cut off the city from all forms of entry and exit.
I was hoping they'd bring out something crazy like, oh, here's Killer Croc. Let's play the sewers and like fuck shit up. But no.
It would be cool if they'd had a villain amalgamation, but then Christopher Nolan's Batman isn't known for campy stuff.
No.
Not as much, no.
No.
Yeah, no, but yeah, Bane was a good villain up until they revealed the twist, which I just did not like. Like, Bane is a villain that could have handled that kind of shit on his own.
Mm-hmm.
He has in the comics handled that kind of shit on his own.
He's twisted enough that it could be totally self-motivated.
But of course, they couldn't figure out a reason for it. Because the reasoning for it throughout the whole movie, even with after the twist, was just stupid. Oh, we have to destroy Gotham because that's what the Ra's al Ghul wanted to do. Because Gotham was corrupt and evil and everything. Mm-hmm. Gotham is no longer the place of scum and villainy. It's gotten better.
Yes, but that's also based on a lie.
Yes, but they didn't know about the lie.
Gotham didn't, but everyone else did.
Someone in the behind the scenes did.
Gotham didn't, and neither did Bane, or until after he got the letter from from Commissioner Gordon.
I don't know. I think that they did, but he that was actual proof to work with.
No, I think they maybe assumed just because they knew that Bruce Wayne as Batman made a promise never to kill. So they assumed, okay, it's a bit weird that he's the one that got blamed for these deaths and everything, but they had no proof and they had no idea of what actually happened. So no actual reasoning behind that.
Okay.
They didn't know it was based on a lie. That letter was essentially the thing that gave them more of a hold over the city, but it's not something that they needed. A well-written Bane could have gotten the city under anarchy with any other method whatsoever. That was essentially a Deus Ex Machina. The fact that for some reason, Gordon, a couple of days after he decided not to do his speech, he still happened to be carrying it around in his pocket. When he's supposed to have carried it around with him in his formal wear. Why would he have switched over to his regular wear and for no reason whatsoever?
Could have just left it in the same jacket and never brought it home.
Flimsy. If you decide not to say something, you either lock that kind of thing away, or you don't carry it around with you.
It's not a very good thing to let slip your mind.
Pretty much. That's the one thing I didn't like about this movie. There were plot holes.
There were
a good few plot holes.
There were some pretty good things going along.
Yeah, it was a good movie, but the plot holes were there.
It was. I don't know. It just seemed to me that they wanted, like at the end of the whole thing, it looked like they wanted to continue it some way somehow. I don't know whether that's just a way of just leaving the viewer to want more, or it's just, we want to plan for a next one. This is the way of doing it.
Garnering enough attention to get the funding, perhaps. But yeah, like on that topic, I thought Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Officer Blake was freaking awesome.
Yeah, thank God they actually gave him a good role this year.
Yeah.
Because his next movie that's coming out this weekend is going to be shit.
What, the one on the bike?
Yeah.
I don't know, that doesn't... It looks like a really ridiculous concept, but it doesn't look bad.
It looks like shit. And it's not a ridiculous concept, it's a stupid concept. Okay, the movie falls apart by the simple fact that no way in hell would a bike messenger risk his life over a piece of mail that you just give back to the person that he gave it to them. Just, I need that back. Okay, here.
Have you never met a zealous paperboy?
No. But no one's that zealous that they'll risk being shot or something over a piece of mail.
U.S. Postal Service is pretty tight.
He's not a postal service, though.
He's not a postal service. This is
his aspiration.
No, this is some college kid's 9-to-5 job, essentially. And somehow he goes through hell itself.
Just to deliver one.
Yeah, just to deliver something instead of, giving it back to the guy that is asking for it. Just...
Now see that?
And in the trailers, it even shows that the first time he asks nicely.
I see that movie would have worked
And Joseph Lovett's character is a dick to him.
See, that movie would have worked 10 years ago. Where the mafia thing was getting big.
Yeah.
Not
no,
now.
really, the quote-unquote villain of the movie just goes up to Joseph Lovett's character, Joseph's character, and just goes, all right, the package I just gave you, could you just give it back to me? That's not the way I want to send it. And Joseph Lovett's character, nope, sorry, you put it in, can't give it back to you.
What?
Dick!
That is also how the U.S. Postal Service does work, by the way.
Yes, but this is the Postal Service. This is a bike messenger that's essentially supposed to just be an errand boy. That's how they're used in the bigger cities. They're errand boys. They are under no contract whatsoever of that kind of thing, of the Postal Service.
There's no contract. There's no rules of service. It's just you give the package gets delivered.
Yeah.
That's it.
So if you ask for the package back, he has no right to refuse you because it's your package.
It's not like he's being run by a company. He's just
you can't refuse me my package. Give me back my package.
Yeah.
Why does that sound wrong on so many levels?
That was the point.
That's why the Canada Post likes the word parcel.
Yes. But yeah, so that movie itself is just flimsy as hell. It just doesn't make sense. But going back to The Dark Knight Rises.
Indeed.
The plot itself is pretty straightforward. Bruce Wayne's been all emo because of what happened with the Joker and everything. Bane starts appearing. Things get a little bit suspicious with the Catwoman, so he decides to go back out.
Mm-hmm. And thankfully he shaves.
Yes.
Because nothing's a bigger giveaway than a bearded Batman.
Yeah.
Smooth like a baby's bottom.
So yeah.
Thankfully I have my Bat Detailer. Smooth.
Oh, you can do that with your voice.
But yeah, so he goes out, he's Batman again, the cops try and catch him, blah blah blah. Eventually he finds Bane thanks to Catwoman. Bane breaks the guy's back.
Yeah,
just like in the comics.
Yes.
I was gonna go there, but
just like they said it would.
Yeah, he breaks Batman's back. He sends him to the prison, God knows where in the world.
Yeah. And breaks his back, not as in gives him a hard time.
No, as in picks him up, crack.
Now see, that would have been much more believable if he was more hulking.
Yeah.
But then again, there was that scene where near the end, Bane punches through a stone pillar.
Yeah, that was a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just about as ridiculous as near the beginning when Bruce Wayne kicked through the stone wall.
Yeah.
Okay, when did they have superpowers?
Apparently technology does that to you.
Yeah, without shattering all the bones in the foot that you just used, or the hand that you just used.
Yeah,
hole number one.
Somehow this thin metal is impact blocking?
Yeah, somehow this thin little metal wireframe that he puts around his knee that lets him kick like a horse.
And not go, ow!
Yeah. No, doesn't happen.
Because if that were to happen, I'm pretty sure most of the people in the Middle Ages would have lived during the joust.
Yeah.
The one thing I was just waiting for...
It was just as bad as the scene from... what was it? Batman Year One, where they show Bruce Wayne training in the grounds of Wayne Manor, and he punches a tree down, essentially. And I'm just looking like that. What? But literally, like, he does the classic karate chop through some bricks. Okay, I can get that. I know people can do that in real life. But then punches down a tree as he's walking away, and I'm thinking, no.
Okay, martial arts can do a lot of things, but not that.
One thing I was waiting for in The Dark Knight Rises, Bruce Wayne goes to the doctor to see just how fucked up his leg is after 8 years of not getting it treated.
Yeah.
And probably kicking through a stone wall.
It was 10 years later, yeah.
I thought it was 8 years.
10.
Okay. So, doctor says, like, look, you're not going to be able to go skydiving with this. You probably won't even walk.
I know, check out the part where he kicked down a stone wall.
I was waiting for him to turn to him and go, never walk. I'm the goddamn Batman!
Okay, this is not Iron Man, He's not going to reveal it.
That's just a random doctor.
Unless he convinced him he was on pain meds first.
I'm Batman! Sure, buddy. It's just the medication talking.
It wouldn't have happened, but I would have been so happy.
No, it's true. I got a Batarang and the Batmobile.
You should see my jammies. Hey,
no, wait.
Don't I sound like him?
No, wait. Here's my credit card.
Oh, fuck you.
Billable to Wayne Enterprises, because he's a good guy.
I knew Matt was going to like that one.
But, yeah. I mean, I like the few comedy moments that they did throw in. Like, when Batman comes back, the two cops. The rookie and the older cop They hear it on the radio, and the rookie goes, "Hey, what's going on?" And the cop goes, "Oh, you're in for a hell of a night." Just because he knows shit's about to go down, and it's going to be awesome.
Yep.
That'd be my reaction too if I lived in Gotham. Just Batman's back, and I'm a cop. I look, yes, best night ever. And then the other part I like the same kind of scene progression was when Catwoman disappeared on him.
Yeah, that was.
He turns around. Huh, so that's what it's like.
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was a nice little touch there. But yeah, going back to the story, so he goes back, he gets his back broken, Bane takes over Gotham, threatens with a nuke.
Why is this sounding more and more like the Pokemon Black 2 storyline?
What?
Trust me, it has terrorists.
Okay, and did he take over Castelia City and blow up the bridges?
No.
Then what the hell are you talking about?
Basically, it just revolves around militants and
What?
terrorists.
Is the main character Batman?
No.
Oh God.
Geigerman!
Geiger!
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Good old Generation 2.
Yeah.
Season, 4?
Yeah. 3, actually, I think.
But continue.
Yeah. Anyways, moving along. So yeah, while Bane's just doing his stuff in the city, like the cops are trapped underground.
Batman's thrown into prison in the Middle East.
But anyway, let's focus on Gotham first, just for a little bit, instead of the jumping around that he did.
Yeah.
Let's do it a bit more coherently. So yeah, Bane's taken over. He reads the letter that Gordon wrote about how Harvey Dent was the one that killed people and everything. The letter that really should not have been there in the jacket 3 days after, blah, 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 plot hole.
So...
Plot hole after plot hole.
So with this as justification, Bane breaks all of the people arrested by the whole...
Harvey Dent Act.
By the Dent Act. So they're free to roam now and given guns.
Yeah. Essentially, he forms his own little army full of criminals.
Yeah, see, it's a militia thing, but it's not anarchy.
No.
It's total, organized.
It's martial law.
Yeah, it's martial law.
Yeah.
Whereas, stuff that happened in Dark Knight, where all the stuff gets released, that was more anarchy. I think.
Yeah.
But that's what Joker is. He's the agent of anarchy.
Yes.
Wait, I forget, in the other two movies, did Hugo Strange ever make an appearance at all?
None that I can remember.
No, he was supposed to.
Yeah.
But he never did.
That's the thing. I was hoping Hugo Strange would appear in this movie.
In the first one, they have Victor Zsasz, but he's just like a mob person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally different from what I understand the character to be.
Tallyman?
Yeah, the fucking serial killer that goes and kills people, and tallies on his own body.
Yeah. But anyways, continuing on with the story. So yeah, Bane takes over and everything's going on. The cops are trapped underground. They're getting food and water because Bane wants them alive.
This is what you've done to the city here.
Mm-hmm. He wants them alive to witness the failure of Gotham.
Mm-hmm.
So he wants them alive. He exiles the rich, quote unquote exiles. Essentially, they just walk to their death in the ice or something.
Mm-hmm. See, this is what I like about the whole Batman franchise and the Batman stories. Everything is chaotic, psychotic, and basically it's just so over the top that in terms of psychology that it's just so good.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Crane's role in this one is...
it's supposed... Crane's role, as we mentioned, was supposed to be Joker's role.
Yes.
Essentially where he plays the judge. Sorry.
He plays the judge, and all of the people up top, the rich people, and Commissioner Gordon himself, and other of the cops or higher-ups that weren't trapped underground, they're all put on trial, either death or exile. And, of course, people choose the exile. They say, okay... You have to leave Gotham, so you're going to walk over this thin ice and probably die. And so Gordon's like, I'm not playing into your game. Kill me now. I choose death. He's like, okay, death. By exile! So he gets walked onto the ice again. And I don't really understand how, at this point, what it is Batman does that makes sure they don't die.
Let's go back.
Okay.
So Gotham's going to shit. This is all happening over a span of a few months.
Mm-hmm.
At least we assume it's a few months because it looks warmish kind of when Bane blows up the stadium, and it's winter when everything's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So all the while, Bruce Wayne is in the prison that Bane was in.
Mm-hmm. And he's watching all this on closed circuit TV because Bane's an asshole.
Yeah. And his back's broken and everything.
In his spirit.
Yeah. But not completely yet.
Mm.
That's why he doesn't have permission to die.
Yeah. So...
Yeah. So he befriends two people there. This crazy-ass looking guy that's supposed to be a doctor.
He was strange?
No, not that. And this other guy that seems to be the only one that speaks English.
Mm-hmm. Who's translating for him. So they tell him about the kid who escaped and how...
He had a protector, or the kid had a protector, sorry.
Mm-hmm. And Bruce has hallucinations of Ra's al Ghul, who...
Yeah. Was a nice cameo by Liam Neeson.
Yes, but he was also a not really there exposition fairy.
Yeah, that too.
that was a little bit.
Yeah, but that was still a good role where they explained that Liam Neeson's backstory of how he was a mercenary, he fell in love with the warlord's daughter.
Mm.
And it was the daughter that ended up in the prison to free the mercenary.
Mm-hmm. Because she did that for him, which he didn't know about at the time. So he went off and joined the League of Shadows.
Created League of Shadows.
No.
Ra's al Ghul created the League.
Yes, Ra's al Ghul. Remember in the first movie where he says they've been around for hundreds of years and correcting shit?
That was a lie.
Then what the fuck is the point of them of destroying Gotham if it doesn't sit with everything else?
Or did he join it? I don't know, because honestly it's a screw up really, because in the comics Ra's al Ghul did create the League of Shadows because he's immortal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they mentioned, I believe in the one of the movies that he said he created League of Shadows, and then, but at the same time, maybe he meant like just a modern League of Shadows the way it is today. I
think what it is that...
And I forget that if they said that he joined the League or created the League in this movie.
I think it's that he says that Ra's al Ghul is immortal because he's an ideal or an idea. And so I think when he joined, he eventually took up the mantle of Ra's al Ghul.
Maybe.
Like the guy he was himself, because that wasn't his name to start with, I'm sure.
Maybe.
Yeah, because with Nolan's thing, if the man himself was immortal, that would totally screw up his whole universe, which is totally non-fantastic. Or non-fantastic.
Depends, though, because there's rumors that the Man of Steel movie is going to be in Nolan's universe.
Because, again...
Nolan's part of it.
Yeah, Nolan and I think Zimmer?
The same people that made the Batman movies are going to be doing this Man of Steel. And there's rumors that they're going to be connected, and it's going
That's why they left it open.
Yeah. Well, they're going to be connected, and it's going to be that's going to be leading into a potential Justice League movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they left it open.
Yes. But, like, for what he wanted to do with his Batman movies, for what it seemed to me, he wanted it to be totally... like human nature and mundane, if you can really use that word,
but in a good way.
But yeah, like by those means, by nothing like extra human or anything like that.
But yeah, going on. So while Bruce Wayne's in that prison, he gets his back fixed in the most ridiculous way possible.
Yeah.
He gets pulled up by a rope.
They string him up, and
then the guy punches him in the back a few times. It says, okay, there, you'll be better in a few days.
Yeah,
every time, boom. Nope.
That's it. Wow, his knee was unrecoverable, but his back could be fixed with a couple of punches.
Talk about advances in chiropractic.
Harvey, you just finished saying that there was nothing fantastical about these movies?
That's ridiculous. It's not fantastical.
Really, you want to test?
No.
Good idea.
If it was only that simple to fix a man's back.
Yeah, I feel like his back wasn't actually broken, if that's what it was. He might have dislodged something.
I think the back was just a metaphor.
Yeah. But anyway,
thing.
Quit riding me, Bane.
But anyway, so he gets better. He gets back in shape. I'm just hearing the Rocky theme while I'm watching these scenes.
Which one? There's a lot of them.
Doesn't matter. Whichever one he does after he's been beaten. So, anyways, he gets better and he decides to try and escape the prison the same way the child in the story did.
Mm-hmm.
Now, question: how the hell did it happen that when the first prisoner that he saw do it died when he failed, but when he failed in the same exact way, he was almost uninjured?
Because he's the goddamn Batman?
He's Batman.
He's used to taking hits, I guess, and he watched the guy fail and maybe knew how to tuck in his head so he didn't smash his neck or something. Fuck, I don't know.
But still not.
It was very silly.
Yeah. Or the fact that it took him for how long to finally ask, hey, what are they chanting?
Yeah.
You're there for a few months and it takes you how long to figure out what are they chanting?
It's just what they do, I guess.
Yeah. He doesn't ask until later on, just, by the way, what are they chanting? And I was just ready for the English speaking guy to say, now you ask?
I was waiting for them to start putting subtitles. Splat! 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 Splat!
Yeah, I guess that would have been in a country movie, that would have been the answer. Well, I didn't see any subtitles.
I'm guessing there's going to be a redone and just put on a YouTube video, just like...
But no, he explains that it means rise, and then he explains, have you ever tried doing that thing without the rope?
Yeah.
And of course, without the rope it works. And you'd think the goddamn Batman would have realized that after the first time that as he's jumping, the rope tugged him before he was within reach.
Mm-hmm. Because the kid did it without a rope in the first place.
Yeah, and you'd think that would have been an essential part of the story.
Yep.
You know. And this kid escaped from here by climbing it, by doing the impossible, and not using the rope.
Made us all look like chumps.
Yeah. Us all afraid, always using the rope. This kid doesn't have the rope his first try. You'd think that would be an essential part of the story.
In my mind, it's just, he's jumping off. See ya, losers!
Maybe the kid was just a metaphor. Nope, it was a person.
Yeah. Now, the thing is that this is a prison full of evil people that are supposed to be there.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
Kind of.
When Bruce Wayne finally climbs out of there, he throws him down a rope.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
He
stops before he leaves. He finds a rope and throws it down to them.
Which
I
for
don't
some
remember
reason,
this part.
Yeah, they're like two large ropes, and he tosses them over the side into the thing, while they're tied to the end.
Yeah,
I must have not noticed that part.
It's the ropes that essentially whoever throws prisoners in there would use to get in and out.
Okay.
Yeah, like why? I don't understand really why they would keep those there.
Plot hole again. And then of course comes one of the bigger plot holes of, how the hell did he get back to Gotham?
Sure didn't ride a donkey.
Yeah. How?
Would you like to ride my donkey?
Okay, he was in
Or
some
a scooter.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
He was in some other part of the world
with no money.
No money. He's broke at this point because Wayne Enterprises is going to essentially bankrupt, have to be bought out by the evil lady.
And Bruce Wayne himself went personally bankrupt because they fucked with his shares and got him to spend all his money.
Yeah, that too.
He rolled a dolphin back.
What dolphins exist in the Middle East, Mark?
Oh, right.
Or what we can assume is Middle East. Unless for some strange reason this prison was in the middle of the Nevada desert.
Well, I'm thinking again because it's Bane. I'm thinking South America. So
yeah.
I'm thinking, but you know,
yeah. But this Bane did not have a freaking.
That's what gets me still is that he doesn't have a South American accent.
He doesn't have a recognizable accent.
It's Sean Connery trying to do either Kermit or Darth Vader, depending on the scene.
Yes, although mostly I get Kermit and Connery.
Yeah,
which I had a hard time taking him seriously a lot of the time when I could understand what he was actually saying, which wasn't always.
No, not always. Even after they dubbed over a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
post-production.
I'm thinking South America.
Yeah. But anyway, so somehow he gets back. He somehow
he gets back.
Yeah. Somehow infiltrates the city that's supposed to be unable to be infiltrated whatsoever. I mean, I'm sure I know he's the goddamn Batman, but still.
Yep. We just need a stamp that says GDB.
Yeah. So anyways, he gets back. He recruits Catwoman to help him. He almost gets himself caught. And finally, he goes to his second bunker and gets his bat suit. Mm-hmm. And then everything comes together, and he saves Gordon, who just went through his trial.
Mm-hmm. Who's actually standing on the ice there before falling through, like everyone else has by that point.
And he saves them by throwing some darts at some of the guards there,
and flares and stuff.
Yeah, and then walks out onto the ice. Somehow, him not falling.
Despite all the heavy shit he's wearing.
Yeah.
And his metal leg.
Yeah. And then he lights a flare and lights up what essentially is probably a trail of gas or something to put the bat symbol on the bridge there. And Bane's response is, "That's impossible." Now, what the movie was going for was, that's impossible, he can't be back. Mm-hmm. Though what I was thinking in my head is, yeah, I agree with you, Bane. That is impossible. How the fuck did he set that up?
I'm curious, because I don't remember seeing anything towards this. Did they let him keep the metal leg brace?
I don't know. Apparently when he got his back healed in prison, that healed his leg too.
The wonders of Cairo.
Trade secrets.
Yeah.
He learned from the ancient Chinese masters.
Yeah, I mean, apparently he had absolutely no cartilage in his knee whatsoever, but fix your back, fix your leg.
Because they're interconnected some way.
Because that's how human anatomy works.
If we fix your back, we fix your leg.
So from there, the movie just goes on with Batman slowly reclaiming the city. They find the location of the bomb while all this is happening.
They let the cops out.
Yeah, and there's a big war in front of what's essentially the main building that Bane's at.
You'd think this would get CNN coverage.
There should be a song. Just all the officers piling out of the sewer. Who?
No.
Who let the cops out?
So anyway, so that happens.
Just leave him. Just continue.
Yeah, leave him in his own little world. So that happens. Batman takes down Bane by just repeatedly punching him in the face.
Yeah, because apparently the mask wasn't just for show. It
was a pain reliever kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Like a giant pacifier that you strap to your head.
Pretty much.
Kind of.
So he's won. He's just about ready to finish. When suddenly there's the twist. The woman that he boned earlier in the movie, the one that took over Wayne Enterprises, is Talia, Ra's al Ghul's daughter.
And she goes and stabs him in the ribs.
Yeah. Which is funny, actually, considering that in the second movie, he got himself a new bat suit
that's supposed
to keep himself from getting stabbed by getting rid of someone's resistance to bullets.
Was it the other way around?
No, because in the first movie he was more worried about bullets, but in the second one he realized, okay, I need some protection from stabbing as well. So they got a layered kind of armor batsuit, so that it couldn't get in, but knives couldn't get in.
That's just some sort of special knife, but that doesn't make sense to me either.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Your technology is not good enough.
You must construct additional pylons.
Unless he got like his old bat suit.
No,
he went to the bunker.
No, but the bunker was supposed to be where he kept backups of everything that was current.
Okay. Then that doesn't make sense.
Plot hole.
Yeah, I know, but okay. My knife is better than your suit. Yeah, that makes sense.
Knife beats bat suit.
Yeah. Also, somehow, More I analyze it, there were a lot of plot holes actually.
Yeah.
The underground sewer base that Bane and his people take up are right underneath the arsenal lab that Lucius Fox is keeping all of the weapons and
which is supposedly near the top floor of Wayne Enterprises. Yeah.
Yeah. Somehow it's in the basement because they blow open a hole from the sewer and suddenly they have access to all this shit.
Yeah, unless for some strange reason the sewer goes all the way through the Wayne Enterprises building.
Yeah, really. Well, actually,
unless that secret room from Lucius's office is actually goes down an elevator.
Maybe. Also, it is reasonable to consider that it is where the main waterway is in the Wayne Tower.
Possibly, but still,
it is still very, very. I don't know. It just
also,
can't hold water.
It's mind-boggling.
How did nobody find the backplane?
Stealth. No one goes on the roof.
But did you see what he was covering it with?
I don't remember.
Jungle camo tarp.
Wait, what?
On top of a black roof where he parked a black plane. He did not need that.
Just gonna put this on here, just get the water and everything. And all.
Like I was just watching the movie and just suddenly, that's a jungle camo tarp on the back plane when it's on a black roof. What?
That's when the rich folks play hillbilly on their roof. They want to go camping.
Yeah, so
I say, Jebediah.
Pass the malt liquor, would you?
The moonshine.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I do believe I shot a duck.
So, anyways, he stops Bane, but there's not enough time to get the bomb back to the place that can disarm it, because the girl Talia stops it from getting there and all that other stuff. She gets killed after the car crashes, and then it's up to Batman to fly it out. And of course, everyone assumes he's dead.
Yeah, because he carries it off in the plane. And earlier in the movie, when Lucius tells him about it,
he says there's no autopilot.
Yeah. He said, if anyone can do it, it'll be you. And then we never see Bruce Wayne working on the plane. Yeah. It's just left alone until he uses it, and then until he uses it again.
Yeah, but let's keep going. So yeah, he flies the plane out. The bomb explodes far away from the city. Again, that's not how a nuclear explosion would work. There'd still be fallout and radiation that could still potentially reach the city.
Yeah, water doesn't block that.
Yeah. And while he's flying away, it even shows him still in the thing with 5 seconds left.
Wait a minute. Nothing to stop the radiation. This is how Nolan Universe Batman stuff gets superheroes.
Very few superheroes in DC are to do with radiation. Very, very few.
Oh. Okay,
Only one that really comes to mind is the Atom.
Well, there are also some of the villains of Batman, I suppose.
A couple, but not enough.
Yeah. Well, it was worth throwing out.
So anyway, so that blows up. The villains are dead. I believe Bane was shot up by Catwoman.
Yeah, she eventually shoots him in the face.
Yeah.
After he comes back
from the Bat Cycle.
Yeah. It was pretty awesome. Yeah, the fight scene that Batman and Catwoman have together before they actually team up is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was a nice little scene there where they work together to take down a bunch of thugs. So yeah, all that happens. And of course, Bruce Wayne's funeral. Nobody figures it out still at this point. Just Bruce Wayne died at around the same time in some freak accident as Batman died saving the city.
I wonder. It must be a coincidence.
I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, nobody figures it the fuck out. Yet James Gordon-Levitt's character figures it out by meeting him once when he was younger.
Yep.
What the fuck? It was in your eyes.
And thus starts Nightwing.
Maybe. But so yeah, he dies.
Batman Beyond.
Everyone's sad. Gotham finally honors the Batman by putting up a statue of him, and so everyone that knew Batman finally, in the end, Commissioner Gordon got to figure out who he was by Batman telling him a real hero is somebody that puts their jacket around a little kid after they've had a hell of a night. Mm-hmm. And he figures it out.
I remember the one time I did that.
Yeah.
I thought that was very flimsy, but it was also emotional.
It worked.
Yeah, it worked as connecting the movies, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah, that happens, and for all intents and purposes, he's dead. Mm-hmm. But then, of course, this movie keeps going, and we see little snippets of things that are still going on. One, there's a new bat signal. Nobody knows where it comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Two, with Lucius Fox. He's talking to two technicians looking, and they're just telling him, "Sir, we're looking this thing over. Why are you asking us to look this thing over?" And he says, "I just want to know, was there anything I could have done? Was there any way I could have fixed that autopilot?" And they say, "The autopilot was fixed 6 months ago."
Uh-huh. Because Bruce Wayne's a sneaky man.
Yeah. And of course, we cut back to Alfred in France, where he goes to that little cafe he told Bruce about earlier in the movie. And of course, there he is with Catwoman.
And they say nothing to each other, just kind of smile and nod.
And that's the end of that chapter. And all the while, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character, we find out his first name is Robin.
No, his middle name.
No, his first name.
I thought it was Blake Robin something.
No, it's Robin Blake.
Robin Blake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Even flimsier.
What's his last name?
I don't think they mention it.
Because they say Officer Blake, but you never... Do you ever call an officer by their first name rather than their last?
I don't know.
I didn't get that.
Yeah.
I was hoping for Dick Grayson, but no.
No, well, that's the thing, though. Like, what they should have done was have him be Officer Robert, never mention his last name, and then at that scene where he reveals his name as Robin, instead reveal his last name as Grayson, and say like, do a little charming scene where, oh, okay, Robert Grayson, and then he says to him, but my friends call me Dick.
Because they hate me.
Well, they grow up an orphan.
Oh, jeez. They call me Dick.
I really sprouted up when I was young.
But yeah, so have him be called Robert throughout the whole movie, and find out his last name is Grayson.
Yeah.
Because unless we get a straight-on connection, nobody would have jumped right to Robert is Dick Grayson when he's a cop. Yeah. That would have been a good little side thing there. Yeah. Reveal his last name is Grayson at the end. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he finds the Batcave, and the movie ends with the little thing rising up again. Mm-hmm. The pedestal or whatever he had in the cave.
He finds all the toys.
Except the ones that got blown up.
Yes, unfortunately.
Batman Beyond.
And that's how it ends. And of course, we're left to assume that either Robin becomes Robin, or he becomes Nightwing, or he becomes Batman himself.
Batman Beyond.
Yeah, like really, it leans more towards he becomes the new Batman because they go on about how Batman's an idea and can do what the law
but
can.
How does that work out if they do a Justice League movie?
No, this is what I'm thinking. Like, they'll incorporate the comic line story that I've mentioned to you guys before, Batman Incorporated, where Batman essentially creates Batman all over the world, but he's the Batman, while everyone else is just the Batman of that city.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So what they would incorporate is Bruce Wayne's Batman is the one that creates and joins the Justice League for a global threat, while Robin's Batman is just in Gotham because he can't handle a global shit storm. Yeah. That kind of thing.
Could be, yeah.
That way you have Christian Bale coming back as his actual character, but you still have a potential to do spin-offs with that character.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, any final thoughts, guys?
Dark Knight was better.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was, but then again,
I was expecting more from this movie. That's the thing.
With everything involved and in the wake of The Dark Knight, especially with Heath Ledger passing, it would be really tough to follow it up and have it be better.
Yeah, but still,
even without the plot holes, just disregarding that, it was an okay movie. It's just I was expecting more.
Yeah, but the plot holes were still a bit glaring. Like, you could drive the Batplane through some of them. They're not as bad as Prometheus is.
No, because
not even close.
They're acceptable.
Exceptional?
No, acceptable.
Yeah, they're acceptable, especially with the fact that the movie was cut down from 4 hours long for theatrical release. So I'm sure there's going to be an extended version and deleted scenes on the DVD and Blu-ray release.
But again, I was expecting kind of more. I mean, I like the whole Algo was essentially somewhat part of it. And
even though it was pointless because Gotham was not as corrupt as when they wanted to destroy it.
Exactly. But other than that, it was just things kind of made sense.
Yeah. I can understand as a revenge story, but
that's how
she never stated it was revenge.
That would have been the best thing for it.
She just said we want to finish what my dad started, not we want to get revenge for killing my father.
I think that was mentioned at some point.
But I think
something like that.
If you
she never mentioned that. She just mentioned to finish what her dad started, not this is revenge.
You could also tie in like the whole Bane revenge thing too. I mean, that would have been great also. Like just tie in those two people just hardcore for revenge, and that would have been simple and okay. But other than that, it's just
also this movie could have been over in 2 seconds if the guy that Bane allowed himself to get caught by just decided, you know what? Let's shoot this fucker.
Yeah.
You know, most wanted mercenary on the planet, dangerous to all society. I have him in front of me. I have a gun.
But no, I want answers.
Yeah. I don't know.
To questions that mean absolutely nothing.
I'd give it a 7.
I'd give it a 6.5.
I enjoyed it a lot, but I do recognize that it had problems. I liked it.
It would have been more, at least a 0.5 if Bane actually had That's the thing that's still getting to me.
Yeah. What would you give it, Harvey?
I think I'd give it an 8.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm definitely waiting to see what else they left out on the full release.
Yeah.
That will hopefully round it out properly.
Hopefully. Alright, so that's it. We've gone on for quite a while.
Mm-hmm. As much as we can go.
As reviews usually go with us.
Yes.
We're not going to go do another Prometheus review where it's just 2 hours long.
We're as long as the movie, then. Yeah.
Because Matt had to go through everything just to shit on everything.
He had a lot of rage to work out. And it was on the tail of watching the movie.
Breathe.
In his mind, I gotta save this up for the sequel. I gotta... When the sequel comes out, you're just gonna go shitstorm and everything.
We're gonna need to see that, won't we?
If you want to. I mean, I don't want you to...
Yeah, I don't want to, but we reviewed the first one, and it's what...
Again, if you don't want to, like, burst another vein or, like, get an aneurysm, just don't.
You know we have to. You know. We're obligated to.
We may need to. We also might need to pre-drink a little just to make the experience a little better.
No, because if we pre-drink, Matt's gonna throw shit against the wall.
I may
fucking movie smash.
I may charge the screen.
We could make Matt non-threatening.
How do we do that?
How?
Do.
That would be even worse, actually.
Even if you were to, like, in a small little screen show like My Little Pony, I don't think that's gonna calm him down.
We may have to sneak him tequila.
That's gonna make things worse.
But you might not rage.
I would rage worse on tequila.
He'd probably piss on the screen and, like, like not without a care in the world.
I get arrested.
We could always do a test run.
No.
Unless you want to sacrifice your TV for the greater good.
I'm not watching Prometheus, just to see how he reacts to ragey things.
If you'd like to risk your screen...
We'll go to a field.
Oh my god! We'll go to a field.
And do what?
We'll give you tequila and let you run around.
No.
First, fuck you.
First, somehow put Prometheus on your phone, in the field, play that, with the tequila, see where it goes.
Tell him to walk 20 paces, and when he gets far enough, yell, "It's what I choose to believe!"
Start ripping out the corn stalks and, like, pissing on the potatoes or something, and just, like, smacking a goat somewhere with, like, a pop.
This was a bad idea.
Bad idea.
Why are you doing this to me?
Because it's what I choose to believe.
And on that note, this has been the Nerds Paradise Podcast.
We don't need to put our final thoughts because it's just too much.
This is your concerned citizen signing off with our Spawn of Hell and
whatever I am this next week.
And Marky B. So until next time,
probably
stay out of the
shit
tall
scared
grass.
next week.